Hello and welcome to a Wealth of Advice update recorded on the 6th of July 2021. Great news announced yesterday from Boris Johnson, our Prime Minister, to say that a lot more of the restrictions are coming to an end on the 19th of July. Massive debate in the media this morning about whether we should do away with masks or not, so we're not going to get into that sort of political debate right now. Everyone will have their own views on that, but just in general, what we've been here to talk about for the last 18 months is how all of this affects markets. Hopefully this will be the next step to opening our economy. Markets will like that and we'll see a very good end to the 2021 and much more better investment returns as we go into 2022. In other news over the last few weeks, some very positive news. Nissan has announced a major investment into the UK, the Sunderland plant up the road, where they're going to develop and build a lot more electric cars. That's a £1 billion investment. Yes, there's been government subsidies to get in there, but it's expected that there's going to be another 1,600 jobs locally and 4,500 jobs across all the supply chains. So these are positive news stories. Obviously Brexit is still only 7 months behind us, so the fact that a lot of political commentators were saying Nissan was going to disappear from the UK, clearly not happening. They're investing more in the UK. Across in America, the S&P 500 has had a very good run over the last week, some strong performance, and it's been the best winning. It was 7 consecutive days that it went up, which is the longest winning streak the market's had for over 10 months. The first graphic we're going to show you today is the Purchasing Managers Index. The Purchasing Managers Index is something we have shown you in the past, and basically it's a trend line which shows how well an economy is doing based on whether managers in 400 companies across 19 sectors are actually positive about the future, and i.e. purchasing more, so the outlook looks good if you're buying more, is the theory. So when the line goes above 50, we know economies are doing well. When the line drops below 50, as it did in April 2020, you can see there economies aren't doing very well. And the pleasing thing to see there from spring of this year, when lots of economies around the world reopened, UK, US and Eurozone, it's all gone well above 50, and the Eurozone in the last few months is really catching up to where the UK and the US are right now. So hopefully let's see this continue, especially with the vaccine rollout and everything that we've seen, as I say, from Boris yesterday, saying that our restrictions are going to largely ease from July the 19th onwards. We now look at the performance of stock markets since the start of 2021. Again, pleased to show positive numbers. The S&P 500, which is the American index, is clearly the best performing index. The FTSE 100, which was up till fairly recently the better performing index, has been overtaken now by the MSCI World Index. But that said, the FTSE 100, which has grown by over 12% since the start of this year, very, very positive numbers. Again, halfway through the year, let's see what the second half brings. There will be some turbulence along the way. There has to be. There will be some negative stories that come out along the way. But as you can see from those lines from the beginning of the year, that's what we're experiencing anyway. But ultimately, the longer you remain invested, the more that you're going to be rewarded for doing so. Now, when we stretch that graph over a full 12-month period, so going back to July the 1st of 2020 up to now, you're seeing really high double-digit returns. The US market, they're up over 27%. The FTSE 100, again, we look at it and we say the FTSE 100 not as good as the others, but it's still up 18% over the last 12 months. So we're very positive with how things are going. We're sitting down with clients right now doing annual reviews, and everybody is being presented with an update which shows that you've made a good return over the last 12 months. To which people might say, well, the markets were on the backside 12 months ago. But if you stretch that performance going back to January 2020 up to now, and you look at the actual trend line of the graph of how things have gone, markets have done very, very well over that long period of time. And if you actually look at the graph which we're putting on the screen now, you could draw a ruler line in between where COVID happened for those few months and the way the returns look now, it's as if it never happened. So thanks again for listening to the Wealth of Advice update. Hopefully you found all the content useful and informative. As ever, if you need anything from us, please don't hesitate to get in touch. As I say, this has been recorded on Tuesday, July the 6th. Hopefully by the time I record another one, it has come home and England have won the European Championships, and the feel-good factor we'll get from that will be fantastic, and it will take the markets up. So anyone who's not a football fan or anything like that, get behind the team, because if we win, it'll do well for your investments, I'm sure. Thank you.